Hello and welcome. What I'd like to do in this uh, recording is to configure RIP version 2. RIP version 2 is a classless protocol which allows us to send a subnet mask. To do that, we now have, let's say we have 4 sites here, and we've taken the 192.168.2 network and broken it up with a 27-bit mask, which gives us 32 addresses, 30 usable addresses at each site. Doing RIP v2 is not anything very different than doing RIP v1. We're still not going to have the ability to type in a subnet mask. What it does is takes the subnet mask from the interface that network is on. So with that, let's go to the routers and do the configuration. The same thing that we had before, we can show the IP route and will tell us what we're going to advertise. So the two networks here, 2.32 and 20.0, so I can go to config T router RIP. The one difference here is we need to type version and spell it right, version 2, and then network 192.168.2.32, and if we do our question mark again for the help, it just says carriage returns all we can do. And the other network we're going to put in here is 20.0. So we have our first router configured. Go to the next router. We're going to go through similar process here. The show IP route to find out what's available. Config T router RIP version 2, and the networks are 192.168.2.64, and then we have 20.0, 20.0, and 21.0. Go to our next router, bring it down here, go to the command line here, and show IP route, spell it right, and we have three networks that we can add here. So we go to config T router RIP version 2, and the network 192.168.2.96, 21.0, and 22.0. So go to our last router, do the same thing. Show IP route. Quick way to find out what you can advertise. Config T router RIP version 2, network 192.168.2.128, 28, get the whole thing in there, and then 22.0. Okay, so that should take care of our, let's just do a show IP route, see if we're getting anything. Not yet. Takes a couple seconds here for this thing to converge because it is RIP. It's going to be the broadcast protocol. Take a few seconds for that to happen. So with that, let's see if we're getting any routes here yet. Yes, we are. Do show IP route, and we have some RIP routes here. Let's see if it's working. Let's go to our PC here and go to the command. Probably use traceroute again. 192.168.2. Let's go back to the other end. 34, and see how far we get. If we get there, we'll go to the 129. And sometimes this takes a little while to operate, to function. So we got there, our trace is complete, our route tables are complete, routing is working in the network with subnet masks using RIP version 2. Again, that's all there is to configuring RIP. Simple protocol to configure. Not a complex topology, but it'll figure it out. It'll share the routes, and it will use hop count in order to get from one location to the other. So when you're using RIP, you kind of got to be careful about the speeds and the number of hops that goes from location to location. With that, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I hope this has been useful. Thank you.